Oh, hi there. It's been a while. It's been a week or so since my last stream and last podcast. But I was thinking about watching today's WSL games on 81 Dojo, and I figured, why not stream it and chat with people if anyone's there? Hey, Flying Parrots, nice to see you. I wouldn't say I'm back, but I am here and I'm looking to watch some games. And that's really it. Boy, I see that I see that Victor C is asking for a game, and Victor C's game doesn't start for another hour. So I don't know what's going on here. The two people that I'm looking to watch, Gerard UV and hey Tulip, nice to see you. The two people who I'm waiting for right now, Gerard UV and Atya, they're supposed to be starting now. I believe it is 18:01 right now. So they should be going. The Victor C and Kenayu are an hour from now. But I don't see Gerard UV. I don't see Atya. And he's asking. So let me. So Gerard UV is not in the is not on the server, and neither is Atya. I actually just looked at their system, at the web system, to see if there's anything going on, and the game is still scheduled. So I don't know what's going on. Hey Rico, hey Mako, great to see you both. And Super Gawiak, good to see you over on YouTube. You'll see me in the VOD. Okay. Well, I don't know how long this VOD's going to be if we don't actually have any WSL games to watch. I think we will have this Victor C game. Like I said, this one is scheduled for an hour from now, but Gerard UV's game is scheduled for right now, and neither player is logged in. That's nothing new in these WSL games, in my experience, but we'll see. You know, I hope he comes. If they don't play, I suppose I can play some 10-second games over here. I don't know what else to suggest. Hey, Coach Ro, great to see you. Guess who's back? You're back. You're back. My YouTube chat needs to be bonked. Well, there's only been one chat. There's only been one chat so far on YouTube, and it's Super Gawiak. But I will restart it just in case. Just for old time's sake, I will restart the chat, because of course I need to restart the chat. All right, so we're there. So Gerard UV, in case anyone doesn't know, Gerard UV was a very I do want to say inspirational, but an instructional player for me a long time ago, as I was a Nakabisha player. Gerard UV, Gabriel, I can't even remember what his name used to be. I think it was Gabriel Angelo BR13 used to be his username. The Brazilian Gabriel, who's now known as Angelito. But Gerard UV is a Nakabisha Anaguma player who I learned a lot from. So I still to this day watch his game. If he's playing, I will be watching. And there is Fordoon. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, I feel terrible. Thank you for the subscription. 6 months of tier 1. Thank you. I feel bad. I just thought, there's WSL is going on. I'm going to be watching. So, why not just stream it, chat about it? Can't stop, won't stop. You can't stop Fordoon. Fordoon had a really nice WSL game recently, and I watched that one. And I didn't stream it because of the time. I wasn't in a position where I could have streamed it. Otherwise, I would have. But it was a really good game against a. It seemed to me like the opponent didn't make a single mistake. It was just real good. I see there is a user here from New Zealand called Atari Shogi. And I was opening up this thing. I was just hoping to see an Atari avatar. The cat, Atari the cat. but alas, this is an older name from other things. But yeah, so we're doing this. I don't know what I'm. There we go. Atya has asked the game. And I am waiting until this joins. It'd be nice if 81 Dojo had a feature where you can just, like, instead of challenge, you could say watch, where I would just follow this player, or where I would immediately follow this game. Instead, I've got to keep this highlighted, I guess, and then keep an eye out over here. But this will be an exciting one. Arigato Moniwa, hello. You're glad that you didn't unsubscribe. Thank you. Yeah, we got a few unsubscribes. Not too many, but we did get a few. In the past few days, did cross that 700 subscriber barrier on YouTube, which is, I don't even know what to say about that. Capybara, hello. You recently acquired a Padawan to tutor in your Shogi club. You're teaching him everything you know to set him upon a prodigy trained by your rival. Karate Kid style scenario. You're hoping he won't turn on you when you teach him everything you know. Well, one thing, he will turn on you. Yeah, that's the best thing, as far as I'm concerned. That's the best thing that can happen to a shogi teacher, is that the person that you teach starts competing and beating you. That to me seems like a great outcome. Unless they're a jerk, unless they're just a real nasty person, and you never want to play shogi again because of them. Hey, Emperor Rex. Hey, VMD Ayaka. Good to see you. So that's good. I love the idea of you and your rival battling not over the games. Oh, their game started. I would rather watch the Atya Gerard UV game, but I will open this game. So this game is supposed to start an hour from now. So unfortunately, it looks like we are going to be in a scenario where we only will be able to watch one game here. What is that? ruthixka subscribing with Prime for 4 months. Thank you. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you again for that mug purchase. What is that sound? Oh, that's a hype train. We are a level 1 hype train. Oh, today you got it. Awesome. I should have, like a fool, I'm not using my Shogi Dad mug. I'm just going to periodically keep checking this just to see if Gerard UV's game is starting. Mako has unlocked a 20 stream streak. Very nice. Oh, boy. All right, so this game, I don't know much about either of these players. And I see, one of them is a Sodebisha. One of them looks like they're going to be playing Nakabisha. So I don't know much about Sodebisha against Nakabisha, but it seems like it would be good. When the person you teach catches up to you, it's a nice feeling on one side, but on the other, it makes you feel as if you stagnated. Well, I think that's a problem. It's not exclusive to shogi, but I think that's a problem with shogi and these types of games in general, is that a lot of times, even if you're improving, you sometimes feel like you're stagnating or getting worse when the people around you are improving at a faster rate. And it's just one of those things I think you have to get used to. I mean, you just have to be able to come to terms with that. Otherwise, you will be miserable as a shogi player or as any sort of player. I'm just going to keep peering back. Okay, so we've got the Nakabisha. This is, I asked for Nakabisha Gerard UV. My mom responded and said we have Nakabisha at home, and this is Nakabisha at home. because, you know, I want that Gerard UV classical Nakabisho with the Anaguma. That's what I want. That's what I want. I've got my red tea. I am out of Ito N green tea. I have, in case anyone was curious about any of my exploits in the past week, I have been trying to find sponsors. I have been trying to find people that will support a tournament series. I have been trying to find. I've been trying a lot of things. So I haven't given up on Shogi, and I haven't actually given up on Shogi content creation. I am still out there trying behind the scenes to get something going on. Ito N has not responded. As I mentioned on the Discord, my Navi has responded in the most basic way possible to my email, which is to say they ignored what I mentioned about tournaments. They ignored what I was trying to accomplish by emailing them, but they did respond and say, we don't have a way for you to buy gift books. So as a reminder, I wanted to use my Navi books, ebooks, as prizes for the tournament series. And they don't want my money. I guess, long story short, my Navi does not want my money. And the 3 other people that I have emailed since then, since my Navi, have also not responded. They don't want they don't want me. They don't want Shogi Dad. They don't want anything that I have to offer. But maybe they're just thinking really hard about a response, and they're going to do it. So I still have some hopes. But in terms of the tournament series, let me paste this into. There is a tournament. Tulip is the only person that has registered. Tulip is the only person that has registered for the tournament. It is to be held not this Thursday, but next Thursday on the 12th. It is going to be similar. It is going to be similar to the other event, except this is 30 seconds, and it is going to be on lishogi. It's going to be a lishogi arena. The first place prize will still be a Shogi Dad mug, assuming I can ship to you, and it's affordable for me to ship it to you. But as it stands, there are no second and third place prizes yet, because I'm still trying to figure out what I can do. I am still trying. Let me look at chat here. Let me just check to see if Gerard UV has started. Not yet. They're still not going. Hopefully Gerard UV comes out. But anyway, so when you say your friend was stuck at 1500 Yloigh FISA for 2 years, but recently hit major breakthrough and rapidly climbed 100 points. Everything is possible. Progress in Shogi is non-linear to this dismay of some. Yeah, Shogi progress is absolutely non-linear. There's, I think it's a boom and bust type cycle where when the improvement happens, it seems to happen pretty quickly. When I don't know about bust. I wouldn't say bust. When the plateau happens, sometimes the plateau will happen for a long time. But I get the sense that people don't get much worse in Shogi, at least at sort of intermediate amateur levels. It seems to me like if you hit 1Q or you hit Shodan or whatever, you're probably going to be about that level for a long time, even without playing, even without doing Tsume. Tulip is on track to win the tournament. Tulip is the favorite and the only one. Tulip is 2 Dan or 3 Dan right now on lishogi. I am 2 Dan. I am 2 Dan. I'll say, you know, since our last stream on lishogi, I have played 2 rated games, and I am now 2 Dan. I gamed the system a bit. I will be the first to admit it. I played some relatively new players who had relatively who had, you know, the new were still near the entry point of lishogi's ratings. If only to spite Killer Ducky, I did that. Yeah, Capybara is not Capybara do Brasil. Capybara do Brasil is another famous Brazilian Gabriel. I hope the 30-second tournament is fun. I think it'll be much easier to commentate. It's still not clear what the commentary team is going to be, if it's just going to be me, or if it's going to be Benjamin Schuett and myself, or if it's going to be me and someone else. I don't know. We'll see, but we still have 10 days until that tournament. That is the 12th, the March 12th. I feel bad that I'm continuing to look back at this game list, but I really wanted to see that other game. You know, I don't know these players. As far as I know, I don't know these players personally. They're obviously strong players, and it's an interesting game to watch, but I don't know them. I don't know Gerard UV either, but I certainly have been an admirer of his style and his play for a long time. For years, really. And even since I stopped being a Nakabisha player, I still watch Gerard UV's games because I really enjoy his style. I love watching Anaguma. I love watching Nakabisha. I love watching Anaguma. And he's fast, almost to a frustrating level sometimes when I'm watching, because he plays so quickly sometimes. Even in like a 30-60 WSL game, he'll play so quickly that I'll be like, oh man, you missed it. You know, I'll be seeing moves that he's missing sometimes, and I just wish that you know, he'd go because I'm usually cheering for him. What did Copyright say? It reminds you a lot of your martial arts experience. You drill technique for a week with no progress. One day everything clicks and you can just do it easily. Yeah, I think that seems to be the case in Shogi. But for me, anyway, a lot of times, you know, when something just clicks and I feel like I'm unstoppable, and you know, maybe even a few days of being unstoppable, that clicking seems to sometimes revert very quickly for me. And I do think Shogi is just a very volatile game, and the game is so flexible, excuse me, that you can have a day or a week where you're just playing openings that you do really well with, or you are playing opponents that maybe are having a bad day, so they're just not as resilient as they might usually be, or they resign a little early. And so results-wise and play-wise, you feel like you're just on top of the world and something just magically clicked. But then the next week pops up and your opponents play just a little more resilient, or they play slightly different openings that don't quite play into the strengths of what you're trying to do or what you've been working on. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, did I just forget how to play Shogi? Or was last week a complete fluke? And I think it's somewhere in the middle there. I think it's just somewhere in the middle there. You know, things can click and you can be improving, but you could still potentially lose a lot of games. And yeah. So it's a mind game. It's a mind game. Ruthie, so you say that 181 user congratulated you for getting close to his rating. Last time you played, you were 800. What are you now? That was years ago. So what are you now on 81 Dojo? Enrico, you're not going to be able to be available for the tournament. Yeah, you know, this time frame, I think it's great for my streaming time. I'll air quote streaming time, but yeah, like I know Jack-o'-lantern who had a chance to win the last tournament is not going to be able to do this next Thursday on the 12th, and we only have one person registered for the event. So, you know, I thought I'd keep the events going, see how they go. You know, if we get no interest, obviously I'm just going to shut it down. I'll shut the series down. But I'm hoping people will still start signing up before the event, just so I have a sense of what's going on. And like I said, hopefully I can get some appealing prizes in here. I would love to be able to do PayPal. I would love to be able to do, monetary prizes, but I've been looking at a lot of discussions on that. It just doesn't seem worth the risk to do it. I would love to do it. I just don't know if, as some people would say, the juice is worth the squeeze on that one. That would be an easy thing for me to do. It'd be the best prize. It'd be the easiest thing for me to do. But especially once we're crossing countries, I think I don't want to be in the business of deciding what is called gambling and what is called games of skill. I don't want to be litigating those kinds of discussions, even though the odds are so low that would actually happen, that we'd get people complaining. I just don't know. Koshiro, you say you think the overall strength has gone up. I think that's a possibility. I definitely think that's a possibility. I feel that too, but I don't know, like, you would be in a better position to be able to say that. So I trust your opinion on that. I would not be able to say, just because, I haven't been around as long, and I can sort of only see inside my bubble a bit. I can see players that are 2 and 3Q who feel a little better than I remember them being back in the days. Hey, Unlucky L, nice to see you. I'm back here for this stream. Let's look. Okay, they're still not playing. Gerard UV is still not coming back. So this game is still going on, and this game is an interesting one. But yeah, I will take Koshiro's word from that the overall strength has gone up. I think that's. I mean, that not only do I trust that, but that also is a nice thing if it is true, because it means, we're getting better. Yeah, Unlucky. Yeah, you're Mithrandir on YouTube, but on YouTube, yeah, enjoying that YouTube viewing experience. Okay, so you're around 1200 now, but you do know more Shogi. Yeah, and that's the thing, is sometimes these ratings too, they don't catch up to how much you know, especially if you're not playing a lot of games. For Rico, you say, like Jack Lantern, it's just unfortunate timing. You have a friend coming in from out of state that week, so have your friend play Shogi too. Tulip, you say you should be much more available this time. You slept during the middle and end of the last one. Well, though this event is a longer event, so this is going to be a 4-hour event. I figured I might as well make it 4 hours, since it is a 30-second. Since the games will take longer, so I think 4 hours might be what we need. But then again, if we don't have many players, that 4 hours could be a real slog. And we'll play it by ear. We'll definitely play it by ear. I believe I can adjust tournament settings without requiring people to come out. So it's like, I see Deep to Rising. I see ruthixka, you're in here. So that's great. Like, if we only have, like, say by next Monday, we only have 5 people or 3 people registered, maybe I'll change it to 3 hours. I don't know. Or consider change. No, I won't change. I won't change the time, because people have signed up for this particular time. But I could minimize the time. Rico, you say that you agree with Koshiro. You remember back when you started, Western players reaching Showdown was more rare, but nowadays it's a very realistic goal. Yeah, I think that's definitely the case. There's more material. There are more things. There are more people to more video. Stepping back, there are more videos, Japanese or otherwise, to watch of good players playing, and I think sometimes when you see other people of your kind, so you see other Westerners, for example, achieving Shodan, achieving Tudan, it makes it feel more possible. It makes it feel more realistic. And so that seems to be something that, what am I trying to say? That it's like one of those subtle motivations that you know you can do it. Ruthixka, you say that no idea if you're underrated now that the Shogi Club 24 people come in. I'll assume that's Shogi Club 24 and that's not Soul Calibur 24. You know, the Soul Calibur 24 people are very strong. They've got big weapons. But yeah, the Shogi Club 24 people are also very strong. And I do suspect that they have, not manipulated, but they have altered the ratings on 81 Dojo, I would suspect. So I'm just going to sit on my 81 Dojo 2-dan and never give it up. Never going to give it up. Never going to let it down. Because, you know, me not playing on 81 Dojo is basically raising my level on 81 Dojo. As the ratings deflate, me staying in one place is like I'm promoting. But I have been playing Shogi. I still have been playing Shogi. I played over the board on last Sunday. We have a break of 2 weeks at the club. And so I didn't play yesterday and will not be playing on Sunday because the club is just not going to be held for the next 2 weeks. But I played great. I played great on prior Sunday, and I've played a little bit on 81 Dojo. I've played a little bit on lishogi, like I said, and I haven't lost it. I haven't lost it all yet. I am still doing Sume Shogi. I'm still doing my daily mate runs. You know, I enjoy it. But that said, is this silver dead? Is this silver dead? How are they going to, what is going on here? How is he gonna keep this silver alive? This feels like a position that I find myself in relatively frequently. I'm not, what is he going to do? Koshiro, you say not yet. Interesting. I am not seeing the move here. I am not seeing the, okay. There it is. There's a move. At least for now. I like it. Okay. So, what are we thinking here? If they push the pawn, he goes back, he pushes the pawn, and then what? He comes up here. So what are we thinking? And then drop a gold here. All right. Is Gerard UV's game going? This is a nice spot. Okay, so their game is not. So I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna step away here. Not step away, but I'm gonna reload. Not. I'm gonna reload this. Okay, so there is no update. There is no update yet on the Gerard UV Atia game. It's an interesting time. So like, I can understand this time of day for Europe, but for Mexico and Colombia to have a game right now on a Monday, that seems that I was surprised to see that. I'm gonna look at Victor C's uh We Shogi Blunders. Yes, yes. So We Shogi Blunders, he used to be a viewer of this channel, so this felt somewhat familiar. I don't think he's come to the channel in a long time, but yeah, I remember this. I remember this. Let me see if I can shill his channel. I don't think there's been updates in a long time, but let me see. Yeah, no updates in a year here. But regardless, I am going to share the channel. This is Victor C's YouTube channel, Shogi channel. Huh. Okay. That looks scary. Der Doctor, I see Der Doctor entered and left. What's going on here? Ah, そうですね. Really? Yeah, I thought that too, NinWorld. Good to see you. I saw that tweet from Hidechi saying that he removed he made them higher res but removed the animation, which is disappointing. I think this animation is somewhat cute personally. But yeah, it's possible that I didn't reload. I've had this tab open for a while, so it's possible if I would have reloaded this tab and reloaded and cleared cache, it's possible that I suppose it's possible that I would have picked up the update or the new image. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's definitely been continuing to shuffle the deck chairs. I wish he would fix this stuff personally. Like, I don't know, maybe like hand over host status. It's just too much text. It's just too much text. It doesn't fit. Okay, you have the static flags as well. You missed. Oh, okay. Oh, not as well. You do have the static flags. Okay, so I probably, if I would have reloaded. Okay. Yeah, the charm of the waving, I think was one of the really nice things about 81 Dojo. And the fact that it's low res kind of made me nostalgic for a better time. Yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it is. I wouldn't have replaced it with a static flag, but yeah. Like the fact of the matter is, this is an ancient site. It is ancient design-wise, it's ancient tech-wise, and play into it. I love that these flags play into it. Hey, Jack-o'-lantern, nice to see you. Which side? We Shogi Blunders is Sente. We Shogi Blunders is Victor C. Oh, you can't see the headers. Yeah. So the headers, I'm sorry about that, dude. This is the scene with the headers. So like, handover host status, it wraps, it doesn't look good. All this stuff. I think all this text just makes it completely cluttered. I would say it feels to me like it's just, he probably localized this after the fact. And, in Japanese, this probably all looks great. In Japanese, this probably looks just fine. But in English, it looks terrible. So, this is, as far as I'm concerned, a pretty big regression from the way it used to be. And there's just so much visual noise. While I'm playing, I have difficulty figuring out how to resign. I have difficulty finding how to exit the game. Like it's kind of tough. But anyway, speaking of that, let me just check to see so it looks like that the other WSL game that I was waiting for, it looks like they're not going to play. There's no one there. Ford, and you made them smaller in some of your user styles. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that seems like a good call. Like I'm not sure why he made them so large in the in the new ones. Like I saw the screenshot and I just didn't think it looked all that nice. Melon Morphox, hello. Yeah. Let me switch back to the full board scene here. This is interesting. So what's the plan here? What is the plan? What is the plan with this move? What's the plan with this move? Is the idea to drop a bishop back to get a tempo? Or wait, if the king comes here, we get this? What's the I'm drawing these arrows. I'm drawing these. I don't mean to draw these arrows. I don't know how to clear the arrows. There's so much visual noise here. Here it is. There's just so much text that I can't really even find what I'm trying to do. He wants to drop the bishop at 8-8. Okay, so if the king takes, he drops the bishop on 8-8. Ah. Hey, Ghost One, I saw you jumping into you're in the watcher list. And if he doesn't take, that pawn is big. If you don't know what to do, Tataki no Hu. Yeah, so that's the key. That's the key. That's one of the modern proverbs. One of our two favorite modern proverbs. If you don't know what to do, Tataki no Hu. And shogi is a game about checkmating the rook. My two favorite modern proverbs. Hey, Darkney, nice to see you. Good morning. It's good. It's morning for me. It's not morning for you. I appreciate the translation, the greeting, the real-time greeting translation. So is there any world in which this is the best move? Is there any world where King 9/7 is the best move? It's evening. Take a guess what you're preparing. You're preparing your dinner, as always. The tradition of Darkney preparing dinner during a Shogi Dad stream. Gust One, you're looking forward to your next game? Oh, let's check this out. Let's check this out. So while we have a break in the action, let's check out Gust One's next game. Gust One won this recent one. Oh, you're going to be playing a Shogi Harbor member, I believe. You'll probably be playing a Shogi Harbor member. Okay. Make sure the scene is looking good here. Trying to get back. I was terrified when I tried to start streaming today. It didn't connect to Twitch. It just hung for like a minute or so, and then said, could not connect to server. And like, wait, what? Did all my credentials go away in the span of a week, or did something break? And oh gosh, there was a move. Oh, I'm sorry. So he took, okay, and there it is. Is there any Germans in the tourney? In the Shogi in the West tournament next week? Not yet. We just have two. Just. Sente Silver is going to die soon too. Oh, is it? Well, once we get this bishop in, or this knight in, isn't that going to save the silver? Ooh. Is there any? So what's the threat? What's the major threat from Gote? Let's say silver takes. Let's just say silver takes. There's nothing here. Can the gold can this gold come over? No, because this, I guess this would be a promotion. Okay, so we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. Hey, Surgebringer. Happy to see you too. I am out of tea. Oh no! Misclick. 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 I'm not the only person who misclicks. 81 Dojo. 81 Dojo. I swear, you know, I've got to say, I don't like the Nifu rule on 81 Dojo. I think it ignores the reality of internet gaming. It ignores the reality. And I just don't like it. King 9-3 would have been a trick move. What? King 9-3? Oh. On Darkney, you subscribed with Prime 4 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I honestly, I really appreciate that. You're threatening this. Rook sack, bishop sack, taking the lance. Oh. Wait, really? Wait, so wait, what are you saying here? Wait, I don't know what we're saying here. What do we do here? Let's say this. So let's ignore the rook check. You missed the cat emote and seeing it locked made you feel something. Oh, it's back. She's back. I've got an Atari. I've got a bunch of appointments this week. There's tax. There's Atari. There's other stuff. Atari's been okay. So what is the idea here? So rook sack. Bishop sack, taking the lance. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait a minute. Oh. What's the solution here? Oh, it's my own piece. Pawn up, horse takes. Horse takes. This pawn, I cannot register that this pawn is, yeah. I cannot register that this pawn is mine. I don't know why. I cannot register it. Oh, man, that is nasty. Will I personally play any games? I wasn't planning on it, but if we don't have the other game, let's check. let's check the Gerard UV game. It's still scheduled. Boy, this is a real kick in the pants. I don't this is I think 81 Dojo has got to I don't know. I don't think I think Hidechi is very much stuck in his ways, but this is not satisfying for absolutely anybody. I don't think this is respecting the shogi culture, because in a real shogi game, you're not going to place it on the wrong square. Like, you're not going to intentionally place, like, this is a pure misclick. This was no misread. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about shogi rules that bother me. But it feels to me like 81 Dojo takes a bad rule, which is lost by Nifu, and just like magnifies it to being to be like lost by misclick. It's really rough. It's really rough. I think it's really rough in my humble opinion. Oh boy. And really, I was really enjoying watching this game. So it's disappointing. It's disappointing to the person who made the misclick. It's disappointing to the viewers who are watching the game, and it is, maybe Victor's feeling good about this. I don't know. Truth be told, maybe Victor's feeling pretty good right now. So I shouldn't say that nobody is happy about this. At least you can't take a piece. At least you can't place a piece into an already occupied. I am surprised that he doesn't do that. I'm surprised that that Hidechi doesn't let you make other illegal moves, like promoting on the 4th rank, which I have done in real games. In real over-the-board game, I have promoted my knight on 5-4, for example. Or I've promoted my silver moving from 5-4 to 6-5. Yeah, it would mean asking for promotions all the time. I'm surprised he doesn't do that. Wait, what happened in lishogi? Lishogi let you place a piece into an already occupied square? When was that? Oh, in pro tournaments. So if we notice, I am not using the pro tournament mode for our 30-second. Gust 1 is in. All right. We are not using pro. So this is just a basic tournament. No berserk, no arena, it's not pro. So it does not allow Nifu. It's just a wholesome online tournament as far as I'm concerned. Oh boy. Shoot, I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed that the other game is not going to be played. I'm disappointed that this ended this way, but I'm disappointed that the other game happened. I mean, that means do I have to play now? Like, I wasn't planning on playing, but I can play some 10-second games, I guess. There are no events. We don't have any 81 early shogi events or anything like that. There's no Lee Shogi, nothing like that. Let's see. All right, we'll go back here. I am going to take a quick bio break and refill my tea, and then we'll decide what's gonna happen. Be right. Oops. So let me see here. I don't have my be right back up. Let's put this up. Come on, where's my window? There we go. Boom. All right, I will be right back. All righty. Back here. All right, let's see. Let's leave this game. Good games of both people. Shame that happened. The other WSL game isn't happening. What else do we have? I'm hearing there's a lot of there are like lumberjacks out there outside cutting down trees and big branches, and a lot of work going on there, a lot of noise. All right, let's see. There's not much on here. I've been having trouble getting 10-second games, so I'll wait for a game, but I've been having trouble getting them on 81 Dojo lately. I played on lishogi a couple days ago. I played an anonymous, one of those anonymous like 10:30 games or whatever. And oh my gosh, did I get no? It was a 10-second game. It was a 10-second game, and I got absolutely massacred. It was. I think I was playing Fujisota. So I think that's who the amateurs are, or the anonymous are. Did I say amateur? I think I meant anonymous. The anonymous players that we see here, I think they are all shogi pros. I think these anonymous players, I think they are JSA professionals. Look at this interesting time control that this player is asking for. 60 minutes with 10-second Byoyomi. Well, I do. So yeah, I mean, we can talk about that. If there are interviews, I will do interviews. I don't want to sort of, what I don't want the podcast to turn into is this sort of very sad, very infrequent memory of a once great civilization. Not that it was ever a great civilization. The thing is, like, I love doing interviews. I just didn't get many people offering to do it. So if someone wants to be interviewed, I would be ecstatic to release new interview episodes. But in terms of doing sort of solo topical podcasts, I don't have many topics to talk about, and there's not much going on as far as I'm aware in the shogi world, so that I can really talk about. Like it's not like chess, which has a new drama and new things happening all the time. So I don't have much to say. And those podcast episodes, believe it or not, those solo episodes it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And at some point, like that work that I'm doing, that 3 to 4 hour minimum of work that I was doing every week for those solo episodes, I just can't do that with under 1,000 subs on YouTube. I think I just can't. It just hurts too much. It honestly, it hurts too much to be under 1,000 subs on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to do them. But if there's a guest, like those are more fun. Those are more fun for me than for people watching. And I don't know who this person is. Oh wait, I don't know why. I don't need to know who the person is to take a challenge. I forgot that I was offering a game. I thought someone just randomly challenged me. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. All right. What just happened? Whew. All right. All right, I'll play my stuff. I was thinking about playing the girl in the box style that Koshiro has sort of taught me, but I don't know what we're gonna get here. Okay, so we're getting the Ishida. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. I'll push this, get that out there. Get my king over. I think this is usually my approach here. Okay, he's making the castle. I was sort of expecting the pawn push. So one of the problems is that I don't quite remember what to do with my gold here. Does that work? Does that work? Does that work? Does it work? Whoa. Okay. Okay. Koshiro's going ham. This is interesting. Could this possibly be right? Now drops a silver? Whoa! Oof, Maron! Got the knight. I don't know. I'm doing it. Ah. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know. Wow. Wow. Makemashita. Oh no. Too much. My mental stack was too, it was too full. My mental stack was too full. Oh man. Oh, great game. Great game. So was any of your stuff at the beginning, was any of your stuff realistic? What were those sacrifices real? Let me put this in. Thank you so much for that game. Oh my gosh, that was fun. What's really funny? What's really funny is that you I started thinking I could win. That was like that's the real funny part of it, is that I actually started thinking I could win. And that's the genius of Koshiro as a teacher and as an instructor. Like he can play me to the point where I feel like I can win, but I actually have no hope. All right, let's see what the computer has to say about my play here. So, yeah, the engine likes this. The engine likes this for me. Not that this is anything. Okay, that is the number one move. This is the number one move. You know, it's -2.5. Engine is saying this is the best move. So we have this, and we have just pulling back and pulling back. I was trying to threaten, and I was trying to open up my rook file is really what I wanted to do. Maybe I should have just come up this way. If I was going to do that, maybe I should have done this. Maybe silver 6-4 instead of the edge pawn. Oh, interesting. So if I do 6-4. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Oh my gosh. If I was playing a 2Q, I would have made this move every single day of the week. That's why I was thinking about, so I talked about this, the pawn push. I think this is usually where my opponents will push this pawn. But even so, I still get this. So it feels late. Maybe that's why the engine likes this position for me slightly. That's why That's why it's minus 2.1. Yeah. So here's where that pawn push has to be made before I get my silver up here. Okay. 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 So this is like if this wouldn't have been Koshiro, I think now I'd be like, okay, I win this pawn. Okay. So anyway, we get in here. We get in here. And now this was a bad mistake. Okay. It's not bad. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's an even game. It's 0.0, 0.0, minus 0.2. So it's a completely even game. My pawn was correct. Wow. Interesting. Well, you didn't get Koshiro trapped. You didn't get Koshiro trapped. But yeah, the pawn. Oh gosh. Did I have okay, so I once we got into the end game or late middle game, it was never anything for me here. But the engine is saying I didn't make a blunder. Oh, this is not showing up on stream. The engine is saying I did not make a blunder. So I'll take this. I'll take this. So I played a 10-second game against an anonymous on 81 on lishogi the other day. And like I said, I just got massacred. I think they played a 25 average centipon loss, which is one of the lowest I've ever seen. Okay, so what was it didn't like yeah, so the engine is what's the idea though? So if I drop here, what's stopping this? Wait, what? What? Huh. Yeah, we're yeah, the engine likes this. It's calling this minus 4.3, but really, like, I'm just not seeing this. Can we drop the knight before retreating the horse? I don't think we. I don't think we have any. The engine didn't call for it. Let's see. So if we do this, if we drop the knight, it's minus 3. It's still okay. It's still okay. Minus 2.9. Interestingly, only move, pretty much an only move here. Oh, okay, he can't take. Well, he could. He could. But no, not really. It's tricky. Koshiro's not going to fall for this. Wow. So how bad was my knight drop? How bad was my knight drop? It's not the worst in the world, but it's not good. Well, I didn't like, so the engine's saying that this is still sort of even-ish. I didn't like this because I thought that the silver's coming out here. And that is the engine's calling for the other side. The other side. Interesting. Fascinating. There's just no reality in this knight drop. Oh, you were stalwart because of that knight. I really I wanted to make that work, but having the silver not castled made it stronger, right? Am I misreading that? Having the silver back here made it stronger. Made your king safer to not have the silver here. That's amazing, especially in a 10-second game. You know, it's hard for me to sort of adapt to, you know, I'm seeing these patterns and I really, you know, I really wanted that knight. Fascinating. Oh man, that was so fun. That was really a fun game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna close this other window. I'm gonna close this other window. I'm gonna close. I'm just closing tabs in the background here. All right. Oh, so at the end there was nothing, right? At the end, it was over. Yeah, that's a beautiful drop. It's the engine's calling this made in 14. Yeah. Yeah. So if I drop, then oh, look at this. Look at this style. Look at this style. Then this is the way Koshiro would have done it, I'm sure. Wow. Woo! Yeah, wow. Wow. I'm still not seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm seeing it. Man. Yeah, I think this was the key for me not seeing that. If the silver was up, the night drop would have been the end. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh man. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, I didn't make a this is the at least Shogi does not handle these Nifus or 81 Dojo does not properly end the game, I think, with their Kifu. Let me just I'm going to copy this and I'm going to take a look just to oh no. Yeah. Yeah. 81 Dojo does not properly, I think, make these games or end these Kifus, I think. I think there should be something else here. I think there should be a second line, but maybe not. Maybe not. So I don't know. Long story short, I don't know. I don't know who is not handling this properly. If this is a lishogi problem or if this is an 81 dojo problem. But let me just now I say, let me just make the note. Gote Nifus with pawn drop 5-2. All right. Awesome game. Awesome game. I will evaluate Koshiro's manner as good. There's no way to evaluate it as great, unfortunately. All right. $8Q. I don't know who this is. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. How's my scene? How's my scene here? All right. Getting Nakabisha, or not Nakabisha, fourth file rook. All right. Mistake. I forgot that I switched my I forgot that I moved my silver. I'm shook. I don't know if I needed to do that. I don't like this move. I don't like this move at all. Thinking you just push. Yeah. Oof. Wow. I think he should have Tataki'd me. Is that trapped? Is it trapped? Wow. I think I've got time. I was tempted to take here. Yeah, this gold is hanging. Arigatou gozaimashita. Ooh, it got hairy. It got very hairy. Good night, Tulip. Have a great sleep. It was nice to see you. Glad I could provide some pleasant surprise. All right. Copy this in. I don't think I played this. I think the only mistake. Well, no, it's not. I don't want to say only mistake. Where are we here? I feel like the mistakes that I made were going for this. You know, I thought my silver was back here. So the engine just wants this, you know, normal stuff. It's not the end of the world, but the taking would have been fine. I think I just got flustered. I mean, my move was fine as well. My move is probably safer. You're 15Q now on 10 seconds. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's a very slow grind, I think, to get up there. To get to what am I? Am I still 14? I'm still 14Q. So this is the only time, one of the only times I will be higher rated than Koshiro. So if he takes, and he takes, and then I take, and then he takes, what are we doing here? Actually, I think that the engine likes this a little more. This was briefly the #1 move. It's still up there. It is. Okay, so oh, that's not 2-8. That's not 2-8. Weird. So let's play this. Ah. It is what it is. This is not the worst position, I guess, in the world, but it does not feel that great. You will never play pawn 2-8. Maybe silver 2-8, but not pawn. So where was that? That was gosh, it won't. I'm trying to. So if we drop Silver 2-8 is also is close. It's close. It's close to this move, but the engine really likes this move. I'm not sure why. Wow. Oh, so the way it's looking at this. It's sort of doing silver 2-8 in a roundabout way. That's tricky. But if we do this, yeah, I like this move in a 10-second game. Wow. I like that. Yeah, boy, that's kind of that's I like that. Wow. No, maybe I don't like it. Maybe I don't like it. Oh, so we give up this move that we wanted to give up anyway? Huh. That's an interesting spot. Interesting way to handle that. Okay, so here the engine did not like this pawn drop. So what are the other options? The other options are Tataki. I think Tataki no Hu is not good because I don't want the rook to come here. I don't want the rook to come here. So what are other options? Dropping a pawn, I think, would be terrible because it would block this file. What are our other options? Oh, I guess I could take. If I take, then he comes in here. No, and then I take there. Engine is saying 3-5 pawn. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So he can't do this anymore. Ah. 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 All right, so this was right. This was right. Okay. I feel good about that game. What's my okay, so the engine's overall analysis here. 82 average cent upon loss. Not bad. Not great, not terrible. Not great, not terrible. I really think these have been so inaccurate. So let me look at some of my game, like that one game that I played against the guy that played 25. Where's my profile? Recent games. Is this it? No, I won this game. So where's the game I lost? Here we go. Let's see. Is my scene gonna show this? Bear with me. Okay, it is gonna show this. We scroll up here. Is it show 25 average cent upon loss? There was nothing, and I lost with 188. ever sent up online. Like, it's just sort of nonsensical. It's a 10-second game, but like I said, I got smashed in this game. I got absolutely smashed. I thought I was playing well. But I just got like bullied. I just got so bullied. Yeah. And then I resigned. Man. All right. Anyway, let's go back to that previous one. I'm gonna take I'm gonna get some new tea, and then I will be back. Let me evaluate that player's manner as good. Come here, and I'll be right back. Let me have a sip of water first. It's a shame we're not getting that that WSL game. I would love to watch the Gerard UV game, but anyway, I will be back. Alrighty, I am back. I was hoping Atari would come in here as well, just to show her face on stream. What is going on? Let's see. Take a look at that tournament, see if anyone else has. So we have three. We have our three heroes here. Let's get this up here. We've got three. I'm surprised, Gust 1, you don't have a stable rating yet. What is 1675? Is that 2 down? What is mine? What is mine here? I am well, 2 down, but does it not show the number? I'm at the lowest level, I think, of the 2 down. 1658. Yeah, so 1658 is the bar. What else is happening here? Got some anonymous. We got a new player. Shuriken77, I see, has joined Team Shogi Ladder. This is someone, he used to stream, this player from Spain. I swear I used to watch, and he had something behind him. He had some sort of kanji, I think, behind him, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think he has streamed in a long time. If I remember correctly, he was streaming in Spanish. But I don't remember. It says I'm connecting to chat over here. Wonder what's going on here. Am I having trouble? Is my viewing machine having trouble? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I missed all of Koshiro's messages. Yeah, I see Koshiro had a bunch of messages here. I did not see any of these. Any of these starting with, you thought bishop takes lance would be the best option. Sorry. Yeah, so my viewing machine must have had some difficulty here. I didn't see any of those chats. Okay. Anyway, what else is going on? Anything to watch on 81 Dojo? I'll put this. I'll get this game going. I'll get this game going while I sit here and warm my hands. It's been really warm out here in Northern California, but today it seems to be back to be a little bit. It's a little bit rainy and a little bit cold. So I'm kind of back to warming my hands. But like the way it changes, the past couple days, I've been walking around in shorts. So I'm Mydell. This username sounds so familiar to me. I wonder if this was a viewer. It's a follow. Verdeocha 99. Hello. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Hello. Oh, hello from Portugal. Hello. Nice to see you. I take it you're a shogi player? Or are you just randomly finding shogi from chess or from something else? I think no, you must be looking for it, because Twitch doesn't recommend, right? Twitch doesn't do sort of, you might also be interested in. Yeah, Verde Ocha, green tea. I'm drinking red tea today, unfortunately. All my Itoen is out. All my Itoen is out, and they didn't respond to my request to be a sponsored. My request to Itoen to be a sponsored streamer. They did not respond to that. I just want to get an answer from some of these places. I just give me an answer. Laugh at me, make fun of me, say no. Like just give me an answer. But so I'm gonna have to look for non-Itoen brands now of green tea, of Japanese green tea to get, because just like Shogi Wars, not answering my contact, I'm done with them. I'm not paying Shogi Wars anymore. So, you gotta answer my support messages. You've got to at least do something. Okay, randomly, you looked for it. You found the professional Polish woman, Shogi. Yes, found it interesting. And then you just found the channel because of the English explanations. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let me switch my scene to this to get the bigger view of the board. This is a name I don't feel like I have seen in a while. So like Shuriken 77, This is another player from Spain who I haven't seen much lately, but seems to be coming back. You say, it seems it's hard for the community, even more than Ego/Baduk is in the West, but Shogi seems hard as hell. Yeah, Shogi is what do you mean by hard? Shogi is a difficult game. It's certainly a difficult game to play. It does have sort of a learning curve, an unfortunate learning curve with the pieces and stuff like that. But I think a lot of what makes it more difficult to play than Baduk, for me, it's easy for me to just sort of hand wave the beginner issues because they are real. But I think a lot of the problems with Shogi revolve around the sort of what's next, where it's difficult for someone who knows the game and likes the game to figure out where they go from there and how they play the game and how they engage with the game sort of more in a more rich fashion than just learning it. And so in that regard, it's a lot more difficult than Baduk or Go, because Go learning materials are good. Go learning materials are awfully good. It's in English, especially in English. Yeah, there is great literature in Go. There are multiple streamers in English language streamers in Go. There are multiple English language sort of educational channels in Go, and it's a more, I don't want to say healthy, but it's a larger community. Go in the West versus Shogi in the West. But yeah. So I take it that means I take it you're a Go player as well. I used to be 18-20ish years ago. I used to play Go, and I actually found Shogi from Go, from Hikaru no Go. I think that's the origin story that I'm sticking to these days. That my Shogi came from Hikaru no Go and Kaga of the Shogi Club. We got the delay going on. This sometimes happens. So you say the kanji, you think it takes off a lot of people, but seems more complicated to start. But Go, Baduk, and Shogi are connected. Strong players on one play well the other. Yeah, I agree with that. A lot, there are people who are just good at these types of mental games, and despite the fact that the games are so different, I think there are complementary aspects to them. Not as much as, say, chess. There's a lot more complementary skills in chess. But yeah, the kanji is, I think, it is a hurdle. It is a hurdle that Go doesn't have to deal with, because Go has the sort of the elegance of the black and white stones. Nice attack, very nice attack there. But I do think a lot of times we do Gozen T. Oh, let's check out this game. A lot of times I think we use the pieces, I think, a little bit as too much of an excuse for the difficulty for people getting into the game. I think it's not ideal, certainly, but I don't think it is the major factor keeping Shogi from achieving world domination. If you're interested, there is a podcast. The podcast is, as of last Monday, is no longer active, but there is a podcast, Shogi in the West, which I did for 33 episodes, 32 really, and some of the we talk about those kinds of topics on there. There's some interviews, there's some discussion. So check that out if you're interested in finding more just stuff to engage in shogi, which is a lot of the reasons why I did that podcast. It's a lot of the reasons why I started streaming over 2 years ago. Is I just want to give people something to engage with in shogi. So you have you have a wood goban, or what you mean you made a wood shogi board, a shogiban, and you got a book, Japanese chess, but yeah, the Leggett book, the Trevor Leggett book. Yeah, that is one of the books that in the West, I think you are more likely to find in a bookstore. I don't think it's a great book, but it's not the worst book in the world. There are others. There is a podcast episode about the English language shogi books, if you're interested. It's one of the earlier ones, I think. So we've got a I3 Bisha game here. We'll get our King Muso-ish type thing against opposing. Bishops are exchanged, which is scary. Scary as all heck. I don't know who this Goes NT is from Canada. We've seen Scallop, who is also 5-dan on 81 Dojo from Canada, who is the 2025 US Shogi champion and the 2024 US Shogi championship runner-up. And I thought that Scallop was him based on who I see him playing. But I don't think there are any other 5-dans in Canada. So I don't know who this is. Maybe it's the same player? Maybe it's a stealth person who doesn't. I don't know. I'm very curious who this is. If anyone does know and you don't feel comfortable saying it, please DM me. Direct message me on wherever, because I am very curious. All right, Fortune. Yeah, I wish we could have had 2 games. I wish we could have had Gerard UV's game, but the one that we got was good, even if it ended in an Ifu. It ended in an anticlimactic fashion. Thank you for that sub, of course. Completely unnecessary and incredibly generous. Let's take a look to see if that game got tracked as a loss, or is it getting rescheduled? Okay, so they did update it. Hola, I'm sorry. I can make something made me a little late, but I am free to play. I'm trying to translate. I'm trying to translate from my high school Spanish. Let me just translate it here. Hi, sorry it's a bit late, but I'm free now if you can still play. Okay, if not, we could try again tomorrow at the same time. It's a tournament based in friendship, but I still, I never know what to make of that. I really. That's one of the annoying aspects of scheduled events. Like I think you got to come to your games. Yloigh, hello. Was that a Lithuanian flag? No, that was Mexico. There's Mexico and Colombia. If you're talking about this one, Colombia and Mexico. I think this is Colombia. Yeah. Colombia and Mexico. What does a Lithuanian flag look like? Oh, interesting. Wait. Where is... Give me this. Open image in a new tab. Oh, it's still small. He's not scaling it. So what is... Okay, let's compare this flag. Oh, theirs is blue. That's a blue. It's a tall yellow, blue, and red. And then these are evenly yellow, green, and red. Interesting. You push past the kanji thing. Yeah. For different people, it takes longer. You know, everyone has their own time. Either some people pick it up in a day. Some people it takes 2 or 3 days. Some people it takes a couple weeks. And I think it's just maybe it's previous exposure to kanji. Maybe it's previous exposure to like learning languages. Maybe I think for some people it's a mental block of like wishing it wasn't that way. Wishing you didn't have to learn the pieces. I think sometimes makes it a little bit of a struggle. But in the end, everyone is capable of learning the pieces. And I feel sometimes it's my job, or it was when I'm at the club or trying to make shogi look good. It's sort of like, it's my job to make someone interested enough in the game, make the game look fun enough that they'll make that little investment in learning the pieces. And so I think a lot of people will make that investment. Just if they have a reason to. Like, why is this game fun? Boy, why are these people so interested in these games? Why are people so happy to be playing? I think those are the things that it helps to focus on. I wonder if this is I wonder if this is one of the players from Canada that I've played. I don't know. I wouldn't have guessed that he was 5 Dan if this is the other person who did not win the US Shogi Championship. You always get excited when you spot a small Colombian flag. I watched a Netflix movie. I watched a Netflix movie last night. There's a new Matt Damon and Ben Affleck kind of mindless movie, and I think it's called either Rip or The Rip. I'm not sure, but I watched it, and they went into a house, and there was a big Colombian flag in there, and I'm like, it just kind of show, it's my wife and I watching, and I'm just showing off, how sophisticated I am. And I'm like, oh, a Colombia flag. Look how sophisticated I am. It would have been hilarious if it would have actually been the Lithuanian flag. Portugal one is quite ornamented in comparison, kind of like a USA ornamentation of a flag compared to the 3 stripes. What does Portugal flag look like? Oh, interesting. So this is not like any of those. So when you're growing up as a kid, wait, what this is 81 Dojo, Verde Ocha. This is 81 Dojo, 81dojo.com. So for kids in Portugal, what do they do when they're learning their flag? What do they do? Like in the United States, our flag is easy to draw. It's some stripes and it's some stars. So it's relatively straightforward and understandable for a kid to draw this flag. And it's not as easy as, say, France or Italy or whatnot, but it's an easy flag to reproduce. what do kids do in countries that have very complicated flags? Like Portugal's flag is very high res, let's just say. It's very detailed. What do kids do there? Do kids learn how to draw it or not? There's a lot of nuances they teach, but all of it having a meaning creates a sequence. You would say most kids draw red, green, yellow ball, the white, and the shields. I see. Probably similar in some more complicated way, similar to what happens with the United States flag, because kids may not necessarily know there are 13 stripes. So there's I think it's actually, I don't even know now. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know if it's 7 red or 6 red. I know that there are 13 stripes to represent the colonies, and then 50 stars. But the balance of those stars would be difficult for a kid, because it's not just a straight thing down. So this is a good game here. Ooh, that's not what I would have expected. Not at all what I would have expected. Really? So if they would have jumped the knight, what would the king have done? Not go back, right? That is very tricky. 5 dons are scary. Where the game would start crumbling for a lower level player. The games just continue and they keep making threats and keep making attacks. Like, to my eyes, Gote is doing really well here. But it wouldn't surprise me if this game is an advantage for the other player.
10秒
Can the king come forward?
20秒 1、2、3、4、5
Huh. We need more Shogi Dads? What do you mean we need more Shogi Dads? We do need more Shogi Dads. Verde Ocha, you say, we become good at English quick, fast, and most proficient in it compared to other countries around you like Spain and France that lack the English capacity, either speaking or comprehension. The English becomes a way to know geography quite well and the flags as well. Oh, interesting. No, don't apologize for that big text. It's not that big anyway. I appreciate that. Oh, this is an interesting threat. Wait, what happened? Wait, how did that pawn get there?
20秒 1
Huh. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Why didn't he take? This would have been Sumero. Boy, this is a deep game. I have no idea who's winning Flying Parrots. I have zero idea. I thought Gote was, and now I think Gote is. But I just don't know. The moves that I would have expected are not coming. Wow. Yeah, Flying Parrots, feel free. Yeah, you can always ask. I could definitely, you can always ask, and I could just not answer if I don't think it's if I don't want to talk about it. Averde Ochi, you say, for example, a person this level maybe would be good to go on amateur Japanese tournaments or the ranks online. They're I think this, so I don't know too much about the shogi scene in Japan. My understanding is that these days, a 5-dan on 81 Dojo is a very strong amateur. They're not, I don't think they're going to be winning like regional tournaments, amateur tournaments, I don't think. But I think they would be strong I think they would be strong tournament players.
20秒1
My understanding is. And my understanding is that Japan does not have a comprehensive rating system, like countrywide, like in chess where you have the USCF or FIDE or things like that. But they have individual dojos where you get a rating at those dojos. So I am told that a lot of players, when they are asked, how strong are you or whatever, what's your rating, that they exchange their Shogi Wars rating. Shogi Wars is the most popular shogi site. It's a Blitz only mobile application that you can run in the browser, but it's got the most number of shogi players. And it is roughly equivalent. It's a little lower. I think in general, like a 5-dan on 81 Dojo is probably like a 4-dan on Shogi Wars. There's no 1-to-1.
10秒
So Flying Parrots, your question is about buying a decent gaming computer. It doesn't even need to be decent. Like $1,300 seems like a lot of money to me. I want
10秒
basically what people are saying will be the Steam machine. I want a quiet, semi-powerful
20秒1 2
machine to run Steam
4
and put in my living room to replace the Xbox Series X. I want a PC that basically is going to be a console. I would like to, I sold my PS5 last year, and with the Xbox changes going on, I'm done with Xbox. So I have a Steam Deck, and I'm using Steam Deck as, docked, and it's pretty good. But I would love to have a more powerful machine than the Steam Deck, running Steam games, but suitable for a living room. So that is to say, quiet.
10秒
No one knows what the Steam machine is going to be when it comes
20
out.
秒 1
I think there's some speculation that it's going to be around $700 or more. And I would definitely like to. That's mate. That's mate. Did he just fall into that? Wait, did he just fall into that? I'm gonna put this into lishogi. I need to throw this into the engine. I just want to see, like, I want to see. I'm stunned at what just happened. Yeah, so okay, so here, well, oh, here Gote had the advantage. But not even. Whoa, Sente is crushing here. A big blunder. Wow. So the move here was just this. Because this would come with tempo. If he takes. Wow. So Sente was winning almost the entire time. No, that's not true. So Gote had a nice advantage here. A big advantage here. Taking with the knight. Yeah. Okay. Huh. You think you're going to give 1 month to Shogi and 1 month to Ego to see what? Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a good idea. That's a really nice idea. Because they're very different games, and for some people, Shogi or chess-like games will be more fun. For some people, Go would be more fun. For me, I talked about this on the podcast, and I've talked about this a lot, so I apologize I'm repeating myself for people who've already heard this spiel. But Go is a game that I played a lot, and I got to around 2 to 3Q KGS like 18 years ago, and which is not great, but it's not terrible. And the thing is, I just never loved playing the game. Go is a game that I love to love, but it's not a game that I love to play. But Shogi, to me, is just a very fun game to play, ignoring sort of the traumatic stress that you go through during a Shogi game. It's just the games, they have a very visceral feeling for me, with an obvious goal, like a more semi-obvious goal of capturing the opponent's pieces, capturing the king, and yeah, and so for me, that answer is Shogi. But you might need more than a month. I mean, you could always play multiple. There are plenty of Shogi players I know who also play Go. What do you mean, Flying Parrots? Would you guys buy one online shop? What does that mean? I'm not sure if I understand. Yeah, Shogi is intense. It's absolutely intense. Not to say that Go is not intense. I mean, Go is also humbling and punishing, and just sitting there for hundreds of moves trying to figure out and figuring out what in the world I do, and just feeling like you're in a confused state. You're just living in a state of confusion. At least I was in the Go world for every move, and there's so many moves. That's its own sort of stress. But Shogi is intense and stressful. It's so sharp. There's so many options, and the games are so the win or loss of Shogi games is often just, you're on a knife edge a lot. Even if even if you have a huge lead, it's very easy to give up that lead. And I would say it's much more easy to turn around a game in shogi than it is in chess or Go. And so as a result, the games can be rather stressful. But they're also, really fun. Yeah. And another consideration might be that, and this is just my own feelings, of course. I'm not trying to bash Go, but because I also don't think shogi is perfect in this regard. But like in the internet age, in a game where people play on the internet, I think shogi is just a much better game than Go, if only because the games don't take so long and they don't require so many moves to play a game. And especially so many anticlimactic moves at the end of the game. That's, in a game of shogi, the moves at the end are the moves that dictate who wins. In the game of Go, they still sort of can dictate the win, but like there's a lot of just finishing up the game in Go that feels to many people anticlimactic. Yet you still have to make those moves a lot of times. And so there's that. But so I would say that shogi, if you're going to be playing online, is a more suitable game than Go. Neither of them, I think, are, this is again preference. I think chess is a shorter in terms of number of move games, which makes it, I think, even a little better for online. But regardless, I think shogi is close enough to that to keep it fun. And I think I seem to know more people in the Go world who they call themselves Go players, but they don't play a lot of Go. They talk about Go or they study Go, but I don't think that's as popular or as common in the shogi world, where people play. My Twitch chat is struggling here. I see that Flying Parrots, you say, I like Go too, but shogi is awesome too. And I am just not even seeing that in my Twitch management console. This is very strange. Let me just reload it again. Yeah. Very strange. I'm not sure what's going on. You think it's harder to improve in shogi? Wow, that's a take I've not heard before. I think it's hard to improve in shogi because we don't have good learning material. Because we have we have fewer players, and we don't have good learning material. The Go world has a lot of learning material, both in terms of books and teachers and YouTube channels and streamers and organizations. Shogi does not quite have that, which makes it, I think, difficult to learn. But on the other hand, I think the value of one of the things that shogi does have, and one of the things that works regardless of language, like as soon as you learn coordinates and the pieces in kanji, you can use the mate problem books in shogi, which are called Tsume Shogi. So they're puzzles where every move has to be a check, and your goal is to mate the king. Mate in 5, mate in 3, things like that. And those problems, I think, those help shogi improvement a lot more than they do in other games. So even though we don't have good English language materials, we do have those books. And even if we just have, you can become quite strong by getting good at the end game. So yeah, it's different. Verde Ocho, you say you're on that spot. The talk a lot, but not playing it enough. But shogi is just downloaded and started playing. Correct. Okay, awesome. Yeah, shogi, you do need to learn a lot. I think I think you don't need to know much about the opening, but you do need to have experience to get out of the opening without getting crushed. You do need that, but I think that comes along. I think you probably need that kind of information. You need that kind of knowledge in Go, though, a bit too. I think. Because if you don't have a sense of what you're doing in the opening in Go, the thing is, in Shogi, if you don't know what you're doing in the opening and you fall apart, you're gonna die very quickly. And it'll be very obvious to you. If you're playing Go and you don't know what to do in the opening, you're just as dead. You're just as dead as you would be in Shogi, except it's going to take another 700 moves for you to realize that you've lost. At the starting point, because no one's counting when they're starting out. So in some ways, I would argue that it's easier to learn Shogi opening than it is for Go, because when you mess up your opening in Shogi, it's potentially pretty obvious. But if you mess up your opening in Go, I think it's not at all obvious. And you can lie to yourself, like saying, well, I'm making thickness, or I'm doing all this other stuff. It's tough. But you think in Go you have better chances to not lose completely in the open early? Yeah. I would recommend, Yloigh's question is, would you recommend Hikaru no Go for someone who wouldn't care if Go didn't exist? So keep in mind, I am not like an anime lover. I enjoy it. I don't dislike it, and I enjoy it. But like, I'm just gonna say names like, I've never seen Evangelion or Cowboy Bebop or One Piece or Dragon Ball. Like, I've never seen any of these. Like, I am not an anime guy. I've watched a bunch of them, Death Note and Hikaru no Go and March Comes in Like a Lion, of course, and Silver Spoon, I think, is one of them. And I've seen them and I like them. But like, I am not a fanatic. Anime is not my life, and manga is not my life. But Hikaru no Go, for someone like me, is amazing, regardless of Go. Like, we still, even after I stopped watching it, I kept watching Hikaru no Go. It's themes that I find interesting: competition, improvement, his trek through the professional league, professional system and the amateur system, and I find it very interesting. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. I thought I love the music in Hikaru no Go. So I would say I would enjoy it. In the end, it's relatively low. It's low investment to check out a few episodes and see if you like it or not. But I think it's great. Does something like Hikaru no Go exist in Shogi? Not that I am aware of. No, I don't think so. Nothing near as epic or as good or as focused on Shogi at all, unfortunately. I think the most popular anime is March Comes in Like a Lion, which is it's a dramatic show. It's drama more than it is Shogi. Shogi is a component in it, and it's a relatively large component in it. But I would argue that March Comes in Like a Lion is not about Shogi. I would argue that it is not about Shogi. It does not show a lot of games. It doesn't show a lot of actual playing. The wins and losses are not like, you're not living and dying for the most part on the wins and losses in March Comes in Like a Lion. Whereas in Hikaru no Go, these are epic games that you care a lot about. And yeah, so there's that. The best thing I think that Shogi has is called Hachi One Diver. It's a live action series, and it's you can find it on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. It's an older series, but it's incredible. Hachi One Diver. Let's switch to this. Let's get this showing here. And I'll give the link just so we can. The person who the account that has this playlist is named Poo Poo Pee Pee, if you're interested. So Poo Poo Pee Pee has done a wonderful job for the Shogi community by making these available. And oh, I don't have my thing. Give me a second here. I'm gonna bring up my chat box. Give me a second. I'm just logging in. Okay. All right, so we're back. We're back. Is this showing? So here's the opening of Hachi One Diver. And if you cannot get excited about Shogi from this opening, I will ask, are you even a human? Do you even have a heart? So this is older. I would argue that there are three ways to become a professional in Shogi. One is as a professional player. The other one bets on Shogi, and the third is a Shogi streamer. That's I would argue that if this was made in 2026, we would say that there are three ways. But anyway, this video is amazing. This opening is amazing. It's so great. Hey, Sharp Left Turn, nice to see you. Oh, no sound. It's coming from somewhere else directly, not on stream. Okay, so I must have. Oh, I think I know why. Because I was messing around with the interview stuff. Wait, it should have been here though. Is this not? I'm just curious now if that was before. Oh yeah, okay, I see. It's because I opened this window because it's a private window. It didn't get counted. So let's go over here. Okay, it's still not showing up. It's still not showing up for Chrome. Okay, well anyway, I tried. So you have to see it. You have to watch it yourself to hear this amazing sound. There's the clicking of the beautiful plastic pieces on the wood board, and there's the clock going, the classic Citizen Magensen DIT-40 clock, and it's amazing. Let's open this game while we're talking. This is Maple Sugar Lover and Gozen T. We still don't know who Gozen T is.
3
Oh, what are the three ways? The three ways. So I would. The video said there are two ways. The two ways being to be the ways to be a professional to make a living in Shogi is as a professional player and as someone who gambles on Shogi. And that's what I'm saying. I'm adding the third way is to be a streamer, a Shogi streamer. This is not WSL, Mako. The WSL game finished. So one of the games, one of the players did not show up, and the other game played an hour early. So we got to watch that. We got to watch that game, the game between the two French teams. But the game with Gerard UV did not show up, unfortunately. And he's asking to play tomorrow, but the other person hasn't responded.
5、6、7、
So I've played some games, and now we have...
1、
I've been watching some games while talking.
4、5、6、1、2、3、
So I don't know if my voice... So it's amazing. You know, I haven't streamed in a week, a little over a week.
6、
My voice is starting to feel it.
8、1、2、
My throat or my vocal cords are out of shape.
1、
Yeah, I played 2 or 3 games. One of the games was against Koshiro.
6、
I played a game against Koshiro,
1、2、
which was a great game. He won, of course. And
1、
I think I played 2 other 10-second games.
1、
I think I won them both.
1、2、
I think.
2、1、2、
I
3、
played at least 2 games.
5、6、
10-second 81 Dojo games.
9、 1、2、
And
3、
I've been playing. I have not been away from Shogi
1、
for the past week or so. Not that a week is enough to make someone's skills go away. But I have not been away.
6、
Certainly not playing as much as I did when I was streaming.
1、2、3、 1、2、3、 4、 5、
You haven't played WSL since 2024 after they merged the Canada teams? That's a shame.
2、
That's a shame. So there's only one Canada team right now?
6、 7、 1、 2、
Verde Ocho, you say, by the way, making a board game club for Shogi, how do those work?
2、 1、
These games have been brewing in your mind for years, but only now is giving them the time of light.
3、 4、
Would it be what level better to spread the word of the Asian games to the masses?
5、
Oh, don't worry about ranking. No, there's no. I'd argue that there's no minimum rank.
4、
There's no minimum rank to go to a club. Definitely.
3、
Because people will be willing to teach you and to help you out. So if you're thinking about going to a club,
7、 8、
the best
9、
I could smell Atari. She used her litter box. I could smell it from the other room.
5、
But anyway,
7、
don't let that stop you
3、
from playing.
4、
When I went to the club for the first time,
9、
I was
1、2、 3、 4、
4 or 5 Q on Shogi Wars, which is relatively low.
1、
And
2、 3、
there
5、
there are 2 clubs or 3 clubs around.
1、
Here's Atari.
1、2、 3、 4、
I'm not sure if she's showing. I'm trying to see here. Good girl. Yeah, you enjoying that? Oh, now she's doing zoomies. She's running around. Yeah, she's jumping on the couch. She's jumping back down. Yep, I see you, Atari. So yeah, don't let that bother you. In terms of creating a club, oh, now she's staring at the wall. There's a bug on the wall. There are people who started who barely know how to play. There are people who've started shogi clubs I know of that were even lower level than that. So don't let that bother you. And I would say my advice, and I think that one of the podcast episodes sort of talks a little bit about this. Oh, she's attacking the bug on the wall. One of the ideas I would say is to announce it. Like if you have Meetup in your country, meetup.com, that seems to get people's eyeballs here in the States anyway. Pick like a coffee shop, a nice location, a nice quiet location, and just wait. Be consistent every week. Be consistent. Bring your board, set it up, and while you're waiting, do your Tsume Shogi problems. Read a Shogi book. Do your mate problems. And like, what's the worst that will happen? Is that no one shows up. You enjoy a coffee. You enjoy a coffee and you study shogi. Like I would say that, that's if that's the worst, I think that's still pretty good. So I definitely would advise trying to find people. And like the club that I go to, like I said, there are 3 clubs in my area, but there's one that I go to every week. And that club, someone started it. He started it. And then a young kid from Japan who was visiting, with his family came, and I think they played for a couple months. And then I showed up, and it was the 3 of us for like 6 months. And then that kid and his family went back home, and it was just the 2 of us then for a while. And then we got more members, and now we have 3 regular members, but we also have some other people that sometimes come. So it's still a small club, but it's a highlight of my week. It's been for years now. For 3 years, I've been going to that club. And even though that Atari is trying to take out this bug, it's been 3 years I've been going, and even though it's an hour, and sometimes more than an hour away. It's an hour drive, close to an hour drive to get there, and it's an hour and 15 minutes to get back home. So it's a lot of driving. Meanwhile, there's a club that's within 5 minutes of me that I don't go to often as much anymore. I don't like the pieces that they use, and there are some other reasons as well. It's just, for whatever reasons, it's not as enjoyable for me. But yeah, just give it a shot. Just give it a shot, and what's the worst that can happen? Yloigh says, you only need to know the rules and some absolute basic strategy / castles, and you're good enough to spread the word to the masses. 1000% agree. Totally. As long as you're just interested and enthusiastic about the game, I think that will come across, and I think people will respond to it. It might take time, but it'll be worth it. And then once you get 1 or 2 other members, once the club starts building, or once the club has someone else that you can play with, then that sort of binds you into the shogi world even more, because you're enjoying those games. You're going to play every week or every couple weeks or however long you play. And then it's going to make you want to play online too, maybe to get better, or you're going to want to study. And so I think it's when you start playing over the board at clubs and with people, it snowballs your shogi growth and your sort of life as a shogi player. And then later on, you get depressed about how shogi hasn't grown, and then you just stop playing. But no. Recently, Yloigh, you wrote an email to your local chess club asking if you can show up with your shogi set and spread the word. Even gave a donation, didn't get a response. Not getting a response is the worst, boy. Especially when you give money. I am living that now in the shogi world, where I'm a customer of some of these companies. I'm trying to give them more money, and they won't even respond to me. It's tough. I know that we had a local chess club. So I'm not a chess player, I'm not a good chess player, but I did 3 before I started streaming. I was going occasionally to these chess clubs and just trying to play chess as a new player who not really taking the game all that seriously, just playing and enjoying the game. I'd go to clubs because I like that sort of human aspect to these games. And someone there from one of the local shogi clubs was trying to bring the shogi board, and he did not get much take up. Not many people. No one really wanted to play shogi. Everyone wanted to play chess. So in my experience, the chess players who are going to chess clubs really like chess, and they're not so interested in shogi. But that's only my limited experience, because you definitely hear tons of stories of people saying, I'm a chess player, but I want to play something different, or I'm a chess player, but I'm not like in love with it. So anyway, hopefully they respond. But the little experience I have of seeing someone bring a shogi board to a chess club, he did not get, he literally got no one wanting to play him. No one even wanting to listen to him. He wasn't the greatest at promoting the game, but anyway. ruthixka, you were interested to shogi in your local chess club. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, so obviously, you know, it happens. It definitely happens where people see it. And there was just this past weekend, one of these strong players from Slovakia at a chess event set up some shogi tables and had a bunch of kids and others playing shogi with beginner pieces. But it looked like a real nice event. And he had some prizes. I don't know if they held like a little tournament, but it was fantastic. I'm going to try to bring up my chat here on this other page, because my chat in my Twitch view is not staying live. So, you know, in the past on my side monitor, I read chat because this display that I play on is so small that I can't fit this little chat window in so that I can read it. But my chat is not keeping up. My chat is not keeping up in this other window. So anyway, so I'll bring this up. I see that I missed some comments from ruthixka saying, in the end, shogi section disappeared from the Discord. Oh, in that other Discord, the chess, but you don't have brains for both. You did not want to learn shogi for starters because you knew that would happen, but they insisted. Nice. Well, I'm glad they did. The pieces, the guy recommend most the full kanji ones. Yeah. So there's the Czech pieces, I think, seem to be one of the favorites. And you know, they're by no means perfect. And if you've done enough shogi teaching and shogi promotion, you'll see that even with the Czech layout. So if we go to I'm going to bring up Amazon. Maybe shogi, maybe they don't have them on Amazon anymore. They used to. All right. So anyway, this is at shogi.cz. So these pieces, they're okay. They're okay. You know, it's still not perfect. It's the pieces themselves, they're not the highest quality printing. They're okay. But like they're good. They're good. And people will still make mistakes with these pieces, but I think it makes them feel a little more comfortable. So they're pretty good. They're good. You know, I've had good experience with these. There is some people put dots and arrows in corners, which I like a little more, but there's no set that I'm aware of that sells them like that. That's easy to get. Hey, Danny Boy to First Don. How are the Nekomato boards? I do not own any Nekomato boards. I do not own any Nekomato boards. So I don't know. And my understanding is the Nekomato boards are they're almost always out of stock. Is this in stock? This is a Hiba. Okay, so this one is in stock. This is Hiba. Okay, so the Hidechi set. Okay, the standard model here is out of stock. The premium model, no, out of stock. I don't like this vinyl board or this paper board. I don't have much experience. I wish I could give. I assume this vinyl board is pretty good. This looks like the same vinyl board that you get from Aoyama Gobanten, but I don't have much experience in these. Yloigh used the international where the generals are helmets. Yeah, I've seen people try to use those. They don't resonate with me. Lorenzo Coco, hello. You say shogi is easier to pitch to chess players than to others, but you still need to be a good used board salesman. Yeah, I think that's the key, is that you need to be a good salesman for this to get people to do it. You need to show your enthusiasm and passion, and maybe have enough credibility in the chess world so that someone would listen to you. For example, like that person who I was talking about, who didn't seem to have much luck at the chess club and getting people to even humor his shogi board. He didn't even have any history at that chess club. He came, and one of the first actions he did at the chess club was not playing a chess game. It was talking about shogi, which I could see why people would ruffle at that. Why that would not be successful. I would say, at least if you're going to a club, I would say play chess. Whatever club you go to, if your ulterior motive is to get them to play something else, go play their game, become a regular member at their club, show respect for their club, and then try to bait and switch. That would be my advice. Like, if you're looking to try to steal people away from a club, I would say more gradually do the bait and switch. That I've seen people do that. There was someone who came to the shogi club and tried to do that. So he came to one of our events. We had a big event at a Japanese festival, and it just so happens that I was manning the booth, and he started talking to me. And so I'm doing my sales pitch. I'm talking about shogi. We're talking, and he talked about Go and things like that, and that he's designing a game like Go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, he started coming to the weekly shogi club, and we'd play, and he seemed to be enjoying it. But after a few weeks, it's like, oh, my game is out. Here's my game, or is not out. I'm working on this game. I need testers. Does anyone want to test? And I was like, okay. So I started testing his game, and then he had a night where he bought pizzas and had a mixed online offline event where people tested his game. And then once that game either released or didn't, like, there wasn't much response to that thing, but he stopped coming. So, he at least played shogi a few weeks before trying to do the bait and switch. But you can 3D print some. Yeah, you definitely can. And I've seen the leader of the East Bay Shogi Club has carved. He's gone from sort of 3D printing on wood. Would it be 3D printing? No, it wouldn't be 3D printing. What is it? He made in a machine. He took the cat or the SVGs, I think, of the lishogi pieces. He did the laser, maybe laser cut. He got the wood, he got the different wood, he put them and glued them, and a machine printed them. And anyway, he got better and better at that, to the point where it did a really good job. He made a Shogi.cz set, he made a regular set, but since then, he started carving himself. I believe. And so the piece set that we use every week, he made. It's a real nice, it's a single character. No, it's not a single character. It's a double character piece carved set that he's made. And it's awesome. It's awesome. And he's done the painting and stuff like that. You wonder, yeah. So the wood he used, I'm not sure if he got these. I think he may have gotten them from Nekomato. So he did not carve the pieces. So I think he got this blank piece material set. I think he got this from Nekomato. So it's not the highest quality wood. I think he got these. I think. And then he, did the design on them. I'm gonna be right back. I need to take a short little bio break and refill my water. I have nothing. My voice is very, very, very dry. I'll be right back. All right, I am back here. Yeah. So let's see. What am I? But I'm trying to figure out what I missed here in terms of chat. You just like light wood. When you mean light wood, you mean in terms of weight. I agree as well. But shogi pieces are light in terms of like shogi. Even the Shogi Z are not, I think, much lighter than a good set. The plastic pieces are fantastic. The plastic pieces have a nice heft, which is great. Yeah. So that's yeah, the pieces that I dislike at the local club, partly that I don't go to, they don't feel good in the hand. They're very lightweight, and they're just printed. They're printed with really bad kanji. So I despise playing with them. I would rather not play. Like I'm such an equipment weenie. I would rather not play than play with those pieces. The kanji resin set. Yeah, the plastic pieces, like the sort of tournament pieces, I think are amazing. The plastic pieces, and it's actually do we still have the do we still have that Hachiwan diver? Do we still have Hachiwan diver? Let's see. I don't see it. So here is Hachiwan diver. So what we were just watching before. I'm trying to So like these are the sort of the tournament plastic pieces, and they're just great. They feel good. They're sort of softly rounded. They look great. They actually sound really good on a wood board. A lot of times you'll be playing with these on vinyl, but they're very clear. They feel great. They have a nice thickness, and I think these are better than most. To me, these are better than any of the cheap wood pieces. I would much rather play with I would much rather play with a standard tournament set than sort of even the cheap or intermediate level wood pieces myself. And these plastic pieces are cheaper in terms of money than any of the wood pieces. So not only are they better to play with to me, but they're also less expensive. Checking back, what's the status of the misplay in the shogi game? Wait, what do you mean the misplay? The misplay. What do you mean, Darkney? Yeah, going to Japan is definitely verde ocha. It's the way to go for pieces. Unfortunately, it's another one of those problems in the shogi world, where, like I was talking about earlier, for Go players, they have it easier because of the materials, learning materials, teachers, videos, community, etc., etc. There's also something that a lot of people don't talk about, which is equipment. Just being able to find equipment is a big hurdle in the shogi world. Being able to find decent equipment is a big hurdle. And I think that is also not kind of talked enough about, because people want to, when adults get started on a hobby, I don't know about kids, but I'm going to speak to adults, and why I think this sort of maybe why shogi doesn't do so well with adults. It's just not a very adult game at this point, I think, like adult beginners, because adults want to learn something. They want to buy something and see if it sticks. But you really can't do that in shogi. You can only really, like, you go to Amazon and you're just not going to get anything good. And it's tough. It's tough. You go to a shogi promotional event. People would ask, can I buy a board? And be like, no, sorry, you can't. We don't have any. For your honeymoon, you want to go to Japan, so maybe you need to learn the name of equipment, then buy it there. Yeah, it's tough. So you need. My only advice, if you are going to go to Japan, oh, no updates on that game, Darkney. It was a loss. It was a loss. It's just an unfortunate loss. My advice, if you are going to Japan, do not expect it to be easy to find shogi equipment. So that was a mistake I made back in 2018 or so. I wasn't a shogi player really at that point in my life. I knew how the pieces moved, and I was interested in it enough to want to buy some shogi equipment, but I wasn't a shogi player in 2018. But I thought, I'm going to see shogi clubs. My thinking when I went to Japan, I thought shogi is more popular than Go. Shogi is a popular game in Japan. I thought I'm going to see shogi clubs, and I'm going to be able to buy shogi equipment, and I'm going to be able to, just have my choice. But I didn't see any shogi clubs, and I didn't find any shogi equipment anywhere in Tokyo or in Kyoto, except for in Akihabara when we went to Yodobashi, which is that big electronics store. They had a magnetic shogi set, and I bought that. And they had a shogi game for the Nintendo Switch, and I bought that. But I found no shogi places. The place that I bought my stuff from online is in Shinjuku. So, they do exist, but you have to know where they are first, I would say. In 2018, it wasn't so easy also. In 2018, believe it wasn't as easy to find in maps, like to find stuff that's in Japanese either, like on iPhone or in Google Maps or whatever. Yeah. So I would, if you're going to go to Japan, so just do some homework before you go. Find the places that you want to go to, and then keep a list of those places. That's my only advice. I've heard some people say, some people I've heard have done that, and they went to Tendo, which is a very popular place for shogi equipment, and even then they had trouble finding the stores open. The stores that they wanted to go to either weren't open, or they went to them and no one was in the store. I've heard that story twice. So it seems like it's not easy to get shogi stuff, even in Japan sometimes. I don't know. Wait, a friend of yours went to Korea and saw old men playing shogi in a park? Like actual shogi? Not Korean chess? Not jangi? It was actual shogi? We had a Korean contractor, like a home contractor, who came into our house to do some sort of work a few years ago, and he saw my shogi board. I had a shogi board with legs sitting out in the living room with some pieces on it because I was playing through a position. He saw that, and he thought for just the briefest second, he thought it was jangi, the Korean chess. But it's not, of course. No, the game is not dead in Japan. So shogi is not dead in Japan. Shogi has a lot of players and a lot of viewers. So this is a hot take, but I'm going to say that shogi production of like events is very bad. It's very limited. It's very bad. It's nothing like you see in the chess world or elsewhere. It's just, it's not very exciting. It's very long and drawn out. But even then, there's lack of commentary. There's also, but even then, there are a lot of viewers in these Japanese streams, these Japanese match streams. So I think there are plenty of players there, or plenty of people who are willing to watch and consume shogi. Like, I wonder if shogi had some interesting events, like if they switched away from their sort of long drawn out title formats to having like a 2-week tournament, a 2-week Swiss, or a 2-week round robin tournament with like one game a day, how their viewers, how those events would be, how those would do. I suspect they would do really well, because I think, yes, there are cultural differences, but like at some point, excitement is excitement, and compelling storylines are compelling storylines, regardless of culture. And I think that format would really suit Shogi well. Lorenzo, you say that aesthetics matter a lot. You like that Shogi pros often wear suits or kimonos. Yeah, I like that too. I'm a sucker for that stuff. Yeah, I would love to be on stream in a kimono one of these days, but I'm not going at risk of people get offended over every single thing you will do these days. So I don't know if I should worry about it, but like I think that would be cool. Yeah. I'm already out of my water. I went back and I got the water, and now I'm already out of it. I'm so dry. All right, so let me close this window here. I close this window. Get back to this scene here. All right, and I guess that's it. I think I'm gonna close it up for now. I don't want to put my voice too much. It's starting to bother me more, and I'm out of water again. So I'll just say thank you everyone for stopping by. It's been great to see you all, and this isn't going to be this. I don't know what's going to happen. If my YouTube channel ever got to 1,000 subs, maybe I would go back to doing every day. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know if this is going to be a thing, but like. I wanted to see these WSL games, and I figured I'd rather be chatting with you all while watching it. And so thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for talking about Shogi. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your games, enjoy Shogi, and I'll be seeing you. If you remember again, please, if you're looking to play in a tournament, I see we got Koshiro signed up. Please check out the tournament that's going to be on March 12. The winner is going to get a Shogi Dad mug, and second and third place, I have no prizes to give. I'm struggling to come up with prizes. I'm struggling to find a way to give prizes to people. So if anyone has some ideas of sort of non-cash ways to maybe get some nice prizes. I tried making some certificates with the assistance of AI, and I thought maybe I'd print those and send them out or whatever, but like the results I've had are terrible so far. So like, I don't know if people would even care much for certificates, but that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about. I'd like to be able to have prizes for these events beyond just first place. You could, well, yeah, DM me some details if you want or whatnot. But yeah, I'd be happy to take some stuff. Yeah, so all right. Anyway, so that's it. Sign up if you're at all interested, and hopefully we'll get more. And I mean, we'll have to get more. If we only have 4 people signed up next week, I'll just, I'll have to step away with my tail between my legs. But hopefully we get more, and it'll be a fun event. It's going to be a 30-second Byoyomi event, and just at lishogi. So anyway, my voice is going. I will see you all soon. Thanks again so much, and good games to my opponents today, and good games to the people who we spectated. And I'm searching for OBS here. There it is. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.